Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. First and foremost, I want to say that. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a like, get subscribed. We're shooting for 500 subscribers. We're really shooting for 5,000, but that's kind of a huge ask considering the size of this channel. So I'm going to just start small. We're going to go for 500 first, and then we'll work our way up. So if you want to get subscribed, if you enjoy the content, I'll leave a bunch of videos linked down below. Just go ahead and get subscribed. It's free. Hit the bell note icon to stay up to date. And yeah, today's video is all about loadouts. We're going to go over my favorite loadouts, what I've been using, what I've been rocking in Caldera. And these loadouts are one of them might surprise you. One or two of them actually might surprise you. But I've been absolutely crushing it lately with these loadouts. So with all that being said, let's hop right on in and talk about them, because honestly, I'm excited for this video. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are looking at this list and going, what is this guy thinking? But bear with me. I promise it'll make sense. So with the first loadout, we're going to go with the Cooper carbine and the MP40. And the Cooper, anytime I mention a weapon and it's in another class, it's going to be set up exactly the same. So if I see the Cooper carbine in this class and in a ghost class, they're set up exactly the same. So this one, we've got the MX silencer. This one gives you sound suppression accuracy. It does take away a little bit of the aim down sight speed, but we're not too worried about this because it is a long range AR. We're running the Cooper custom barrel. You could go with the ragdoll, but honestly I feel as though the Cooper custom is the better option because you get highly accurate and controllable, and you get that reduced scope sway and gun bob. So when you're walking and aiming, it doesn't jump around as much left to right, and it increases the fire rate. So all around a really good option for the Cooper carbine. We're running the SVT PU scope 3 to 6 times zoom. This is my favorite optic in the entire game, minus, well, I guess that's only specific to the Bren, but we'll get to that later. This one has a magnification toggle, accuracy, variable zoom, 3 to 6 time magnification. It does take away ADS speed, but again, long range assault rifle, you're not really using this thing up close, especially after they nerfed the up close capabilities of this weapon. I feel like this scope is the best for this. The Cooper 45W stock here, recoil control when mounted, crouched, or prone, accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. So if you crouch, you will get insane recoil control. It doesn't have any recoil. You could shoot at a wall for 15 minutes with 1,000 bullets and it won't move. This one makes this gun absolutely nutty. We're going with the M1941 hand stop for recoil control and accuracy. Again, it takes away hip fire, but we're not hip firing with this thing. The 9mm 60 round drums. This one does recoil control and accuracy, fire rate, aim down sight speed, and magazine capacity. You do get it does take away a little bit of the bullet velocity and range and the bullet penetration. And honestly, it says damage, but it definitely doesn't feel that way because I absolutely beam people with those mags. So, and then with the lengthen, you get that bullet velocity back. So it really doesn't matter. So for the ammunition, we're going to run lengthen. Polymer grip. Flinch resistance, so you're not flinching as hard when you take damage, and accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. Absolutely fuego. It's a must-have. Honestly, out of all of these grips on this list, the polymer grip is the only one that should make sense to you. And then for the 2 perks, we're going hard scope, so accuracy and recoil during sustained ADS, which you will be doing every time you pull out this weapon to use it, and then fully loaded, so we have max starting ammo. With that, we're pairing the MP40. So we got the recoil booster. Shout out to Who's Immortal for this loadout, or this is the early build loadout that he had. Fire rate, a little bit of accuracy taken away. You got the Krosnick 317mm 04B barrel, highly accurate and controllable, and it reduces again that scope sway and gun bob because this one does have a lot of it without it. Slate reflector for the optic, the Krosnick 33M, folding stock, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, so you do move super fast with this one. Carver foregrip, recoil control and hip fire accuracy because it is pretty accurate from the hip. 9mm 64 round drum. You could run the 45. I've seen people running it. I think I'm going to swap to that at some point. I'm just having a lot of use case out of this 64 round drum because I do sometimes pair this with a sniper rifle. So that ammo capacity is definitely a must. Frangible for the ammunition. I was running incendiary, but it's kind of trash. And hollow point, So I just went with frangible because it does inflict wounding effect, so they can't plate up right away, and then hitting enemy legs slows movement, and I drop shot quite a bit, so this definitely comes in clutch for that. The rubber grip for the recoil control, which is super nice. And then for the perks, we've got steady, ADS firing move speed, so when you're aiming down sights, you move a little bit quicker, and then quick for the perk for sprint speed. And it's quite a bit of sprint speed, so 10 out of 10 would recommend that. So next up, we have our Cooper Ghost class, which is the exact... Oh, I didn't even go over the perks. So we're running double time, overkill, obviously, and amped, throwing knives, stun grenades, and this is not going to change except for one loadout coming up here in a minute. So this is going to be, this setup here is going to be exactly the same for all of the classes. We have a Cooper Ghost class, exactly the same as before. I just put the M1 on bazooka on. I don't ever use it. It's just on there because I needed to fill a spot. And then this is my favorite loadout right now, and it's still an early build for this gun, but it's honestly my favorite. We've got the Bren LMG. So we've got Mercury Silencer on this for the sound suppression recoil control. The Queen 7.5mm Royal Barrel, absolutely insane. The Crown Barrel, I just unlocked it, so I'm definitely going to use this. I literally just unlocked it like maybe last night before I got off. So we're definitely going to swap to that. But if you're early on and you don't have the Crown Barrel unlocked yet, definitely the Queen Royal Barrel is definitely going to be the best option. Honestly, it's looking a little bit better than the Crown Barrel, but I want to try the Crown Barrel just in case. We've got the MK12 Night Vision Thermal Optic, absolutely nuts. This thing is so clear to look through. It gives you better recoil control and accuracy, so that's always a plus. And again, a long range weapon, so you're not going to be using it up close, so that aim down sight speed really doesn't matter. I'm using the Queen's Model 11 stock, sorry. You could use the Oak and Shield padded barrel or stock, but honestly, I feel as though the Queen's Model is the best early option, at least for when you don't have this thing fully maxed out. Carbon foregrip, the 6.5 stock for a 40 round mag, incendiary ammo, polymer grip, again for the flinch resistance and accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. And then tight grip for the perk, so we've got accuracy and recoil during sustained fire, so the longer you shoot, the more accurate gun will become. And I just unlocked fully loaded, so we're going to be running that. And then with this one, my favorite SMG right now, we're running the Owen gun, the Desert Zebra variant. So we've got Mercury Silencer, the Gawain 188mm, shrouded barrel for the less damage fall off at range and bullet velocity and limb damage. Takes away a little bit of recoil control and headshot damage, but it's an SMG, so you don't really care about that. I'm running the G16 2.5 optic, the Gawain H4 folding stock for accuracy, flinch resistance, recoil control, and aiming stability, as well as the carbon foregrip again, the 7.62 Gorenko 33 round mag. I'm gonna swap it up probably to the 72 round drum, but I haven't really gotten around to it yet. I've been loving the 33 round mags. It's the perfect amount of ammo for 1 or 2 kills if you can get lucky. Incendiary rounds for the burn damage, gotta love it. Rubber grip for the recoil control. Brace for the perk, initial firing recoil control, I guess, yeah. And then fully loaded on this as well. Fully loaded is going to be a common theme because finding ammo kind of sucks late game, and if you need to recover off of a loadout, this is going to be the best option. Double time, overkill, amped, throwing knife, stun grenade, all the same stuff. We've got an STG Ghost class, and on that STG, I'm running the MX Silencer, the VDD 760mm 05B barrel. And this one gives you highly accurate and controllable, reduce scope sway and gun bob, and damage range. So it's probably one of the best barrels to use unless you care about headshot damage, but honestly, the 760 is perfectly fine. We've got the G16 2.5 VDD 34S weighted barrel for accuracy, flinch resistance, recoil control, and aiming stability. Does take away a little bit of movement speed and aim down sight speed, but again, this is a medium to long range kind of rifle, so using it in that range category is definitely going to work. And look at that gold camo, damn. We got the carbon foregrip for recoil control and hip fire accuracy. You're not going to be firing from the hip, so I'll probably swap it up to something else. There's really no other options. I guess the hand stop would be another good option, but Carver is perfectly fine. Length and ammo, polymer grip. It's going to be the same on all the other ones because of that accuracy and recoil during sustained fire and flinch resistance. We've got vital for the perk, so increased torso damage, so you're doing more damage to the chest. And it says less recoil control and accuracy, but it doesn't. All the other attachments make that worth it. And then fully loaded. And then with this, it's running ghost, so again, double time ghost, amped, throwing knife, stun grenade. Then we've got an MP40 ghost class, which is set up exactly the same as the other one that we went over a little bit ago. So this is just my ghost class for that one. Now this is the one that I knew was going to throw people off a little bit, and I used this loadout as a joke, but it turned out to be insane. The Modern Warfare M4A1 is still, to this day, one of the best assault rifles in this game. And if you think otherwise, you're crazy. Use it. You probably just haven't used it in a while. Just use it with this setup, the monolithic suppressor, stock M16 grenadier barrel, the VLK 3 times, commando foregrip, and 60 round mags. I promise you, you will not regret it. This thing is a laser beam from basically mid to long range. You could use it up close even if you wanted to swap it over to like one of the SMG builds that are floating around. With the 9mm conversion kit and no stock. I've seen a bunch of people using it in Rebirth, but on Caldera, this one absolutely shreds. This is the build that we've been using for a while now, so you guys are probably used to it already. And then we're running actually the Milano with this, and a lot of people hate on me for this, but this is an assault rifle. It's not a submachine gun. Don't let anybody tell you that it is, because with the agency suppressor, 10.5-inch Ranger barrel, the field agent grip, the Stanek 50-round drum, and that axial arms 3x scope, and you want to be using this reticle, specifically the precision reticle on that, it's an absolute beam. It feels like this precision reticle has a little bit less recoil than the default, so that's why I'm running it, but it's honestly one of the best SMGs to use. It is perfect for sniper support. So if you're running a Kar 98, whether it be from Cold War, or not Cold War, but from Vanguard or Modern Warfare, it's really good for that. It's really, really good for an HDR, and I know people are hating on the HDR right now, but I honestly love it still. It's still really good. You do have to be a little bit more accurate with the HDR, but as far as snipers go, this is the perfect weapon to pair with it, because it can handle long ranges, long range, medium range, and hip fire. It does it all. It's literally a one-shot stop loadout. So if you want to give this loadout a chance, like I said, it's the agency suppressor, 10.5-inch Ranger barrel, axial arms, 3x optic, the field agent grip, and the Stanek 55-round drum. Overkill, amped, throwing knife, double time, stun grenade, all the same stuff. Then we have our Milano Ghost class for the Recov. So same loadout on this Milano that we had on the old one. Agency, Ranger, axial arms, field agent grip, Stanek 55-round drum. All the same stuff, just running Ghost on this one. That's the only change on that. The next one is going to be my MP5 SPR loadout. Two Modern Warfare weapons that honestly are still absolutely boss, top tier. We've got monolithic suppressor, 5mm laser, Merc foregrip, the 10mm auto 30-round mags, and sleight of hand. And I know these got nerfed a while back, but honestly they're still super good, and 30 rounds is more than enough ammo when you're playing solos or duos. When you get into quads, I would swap over to the 45-round mag, but honestly I usually only play solos or duos, so this is perfect for me in this situation. And sleight of hand makes that reload super quick. So 10 out of 10 would recommend this loadout. And then on my SPR, we're running monolithic suppressor, the SPR 26-inch barrel, tac laser, the Solo Zero SPR 28mm optic, and the 338 Lapua mag 5-round mag. This is phenomenal for Caldera. It's on par with the Swiss, and even though it does have a bunch of flinch, I personally prefer this rifle over any other long range rifle in the game. The optic is fantastic. It's the perfect amount of zoom for me, and I feel as though it'll be the perfect amount of zoom for you, because it's that kind of like medium to long range. It's not too zoomed in, but it's not too not zoomed in, I guess, if that makes sense. This one is absolutely perfect. This loadout, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And then we're running Combat Scout with this one, because that sniper, if you hit someone, it'll ping them on the map and you'll be able to see them a little bit better. And if they're closer, you'll be able to push with the MP5 and all that mobility. So it definitely makes it worth it. Throwing knives and stun grenades. And then we have our Just for Fun loadout, and this one changes very frequently, but right now I'm running, again, two Modern Warfare weapons. I'm running the Ram 7 assault rifle. So we've got monolithic suppressor, the FSS Ranger barrel, core combat hollow sight, commando foregrip, and 50 round mags. My favorite gun out of any gun in Warzone right now. Absolutely. I've gotten more wins with this weapon than I have any other weapon in the game. The Ram 7 is my baby. The fire rate, the handling, the recoil, everything, the magazine size, everything about it. Just look at it. It looks so beautiful. And with those Sakura tracers, it looks even good, even better. This is my favorite weapon, and I'm pairing that with the MP7. So we're running monolithic suppressor, the FSS Recon barrel, 5 milliwatt laser, Merc foregrip, 60 round mags. This one is an absolute beast from the hip. If you're running around with this thing, you better watch out, because this thing will destroy you super quickly. And it's got a really high TTK. It's obviously not the best TTK in the game for SMGs, but it's still pretty dang good. So you could get away with using this. And the anime camo just makes it that much better. And then last but not least, we have our leveling loadout. And this is just whatever guns I need to level at the moment. Right now being the Bren and the Sten SMG. And right now at level 22, I've got Mercury Silencer, the Hawkinson 174mm B11S barrel, Slate Reflector, the SA41S wire stock, SG98 compact underbarrel. And this is all built for hip fire. So with this, you get the with the silencer, you get the sound suppression and recoil control. Do lose a little bit of damage range, but it makes up for it with the hip fire accuracy. So this barrel ups the hip fire accuracy, recoil control, and hip fire recoil recovery. So when you're shooting, when you stop, if you're doing sustained fire, when you stop firing the gun, it will bounce right back to where you had it initially. Slate Reflector, the SA41S wire, which is for hip fire accuracy and movement speed. You can zoom so quick, especially if you use stims. The SG98 compact barrel for that aim walking movement speed. So if you are aiming down sights, if you have to, you can definitely move a little bit quicker. I am waiting for the carbon foregrip for that hip fire accuracy buff. And then we've got the 45 ACP 28 round fast mags, because it's what came on the weapon, and the 20 round mags are kind of dog crap. So bullet velocity and range, damage, bullet penetration, and reload quickness with this. You do lose a little bit on the important stuff, but honestly, it's a hip fire build and you're going to be running and gunning, so it really doesn't matter. Lengthen for bullet velocity on the ammunition, pine tar grip for the hip fire accuracy and recoil control, and then sleight of hand and fast melee, because again, it's not really leveled all that much. That's the point of this loadout. But those have been my loadouts. This is what I'm using. I use pretty much all of them pretty consistently, just depends on the game mode that I'm playing. I swap between this Bren, Cooper, and STG class the most. The STG is still one of my favorite weapons in the game, even though it got adjusted slightly. I feel like the recoil is perfect for how I like to play, and you don't move super slow with it, kind of like the Cooper, how you can buff the movement speed, but sometimes it moves a little bit slower depending on if you're running uphill or if you're fighting someone who needs to sprint out of fire really fast. Sometimes it can hinder you. But those have been my loadouts. If you guys learned anything new, if you enjoy the content, if you are using any of these weapons or loadouts, or if you want to try one of my loadouts, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be down there chatting it up with you guys. So with all that being said, I'm gonna head out, hop into Caldera. Hopefully I'll see you there. Peace.